Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't usually do this, but I finished my podcast, and today is Friday night, and it's on 7:10 p.m. on the 10th. A couple things that happened that I mentioned in the podcast that I need to update it on. One, I said the unemployment will leave me alone. However, I have a hearing on the 19th, and I don't know why, so I'm trying to hold it down. I do have a letter saying leave me alone. Second thing is shut down another room today. Inside of the car. I think shut it down over the lake. The reason I think they did that is uproar from one of the first. By the way, and third of all, as far as Disney, I told you I was going to send Bob Iger.
Okay, ladies
an
and
email.
gentlemen,
I
welcome to
did that.
another
I
exciting
waited 4
episode of
days
Joe
to
Oriani
Thursday.
podcast.
I'm
My
very
name is
patient.
Joe
And I sent
Oriani,
one
and I'm
to
your host, your
Global
only
Human
host,
Resources
and
again,
hopefully
with the
only
one I
host you
sent to
ever
Bob
have.
Iger.
Now, I
And
don't know how many
received a
people are
reply
watching
back
this,
and sent it
but
to
once again, I have no
onboarding. So
interviews
hopefully
set
by
up.
next Wednesday,
So that
I
means
should know
you
what's
guys left me
happening.
up to my own devices.
So anyway,
Really not
with that in
good.
mind,
All
again,
kinds of
enjoy
stuff
the
can
Super
happen when you
Bowl.
do that.
And
You
have
have
a
to
great
excuse me
night.
if I get up
Sorry for
real
the
quick,
intrusion,
because
but
apparently,
please remember,
let me
you're
see,
not laughing, you're not
apparently,
living. Sometimes laughing's the
I
only
cut
thing
my
you
little
got.
finger, and because I did with a slicer, I bleed like a stuck pig. So if these two band-aids ain't enough, I may have to excuse myself for a minute. Anyway, it's been an interesting week. We had the State of the Union last night. But I will be talking about the balloon very shortly, because I wrote a little poem that I thought you'd really love. I was going to sing it, but I just changed my mind. So anyway, let's talk about the State of the Union. The President of the United States said unemployment is low. He is correct. But the people that are not getting employed is pretty damn high. It's just people sitting home, wanting to collect a check, not do anything. I don't even know how to survive, because there is no more government checks other than unemployment. And if you live in Florida, $178 a week or $230 a week is just not going to cut it. I do have good news on that stand. Unemployment has decided that they accepted my appeal, so I don't owe them any money. Joe Biden spent 1 minute and 5 seconds talking about China and the balloon and how we're competitive. We are not competitive, people. We are freaking enemies. And they're talking now like all these UFOs that people used to see, they were real, but they weren't just UFOs. They were China's balloons. We had 10 of them, and we didn't know about them. If the Intelligence Committee did, they ignored them and didn't tell the presidents. In this case, however, because one was spotted by somebody on the ground, they did tell newspaper. The newspaper told Washington, and Washington had no choice but to shoot it down. The problem I have is they should have shot it down over the Aleutian Islands, where there's hardly any population and it's all water. Or they should have shot it down over Montana. I'm sorry. The Biden administration environmentalists don't like cows anyway, so you kill a cow. What's the big deal? That's one less gassy cow running around the world. Now, with that being said, it flew up, and from what I understand, it could see from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of miles from up there. Apparently, the conditioning on the camera and the video is pretty good. The surveillance technique is good. The United States, in other news, claims that it blocked everything. I'm not particularly sure about that. So the four-star general in charge of the Pentagon said he did, but then he lied, like he lied about Afghanistan. So Biden really didn't do much. China is now complaining they want their parts back. First of all, let me tell you this, China. You're a bunch of assholes. But second of all, that should be the president telling you that. You came over our country, invaded our sovereignty, and you have the balls to ask that thing back. What is the matter with you? You can go take it, stick it up your ass. A matter of fact, I understand one crashed by Hawaii. So, a weather balloon. What weather balloon can you steer like that? Studying the waves, they said. The airwaves are pushing it along. They must really think we're stupid. They might be right. So with that in mind, I think about Taiwan right now. If Joe Biden couldn't even shoot down a goddamn balloon when it first showed up, What's going to happen in Taiwan? Is it going to be like Ukraine? Oh, they're not going to do nothing. We got to draw a red line. Come on, Joe. One of your own Secretary of Defenses years ago said any foreign policy decision you made has been incorrect. That was Gates. So get with it. And I don't know if it's him. Somebody said today, I think Sarah Huckabee said it on a reply. There's two types of people now. There's no right, there's no left. There's no Democrats, no Republicans. There's normal, and then there's crazy. And that may be really the truth. I seen pictures today of them dragging the rest of the stuff out. They have a 10-mile quadrant blocking off anybody from voting in that area. I'm going fishing in March. Hopefully this stuff doesn't come down to Florida if they missed anything. They say they have most of it. Now, why can't the president of the United States, no matter who they may be, stand up and tell China enough is enough is enough is enough? We don't have to be friends with them. We're not friends with them anyway. They use us. They spy on us all the time. You think about the congressman who had his name sleeping with the spy. Then you had one senator, I forgot her name, California, who for 10 years had a Chinese driver who was a spy. So keep doing it. We keep letting them. They infiltrate our schools, our classrooms, all our businesses like Nike. And Nike's afraid to stand up to them. So they use slave labor to do all their products. And now, by the way, speaking of that, I seen something the other day. It was a really interesting video. We talked about electric cars. You do, I don't. I can't afford one. And they say it's good for the environment. One of the problems is they have to mine cobalt. Cobalt is mined in the Congo. Both us, China, whoever else can get over there is mining it. You look at the pictures or the videos that someone took of the little kids going into their mines, breathing in them awful fumes, maybe getting paid $1 a day, while the people on top are making $1 million. Now that, my friends, is slave labor. And nobody says a peep. But we need it for cars. So you want to get rid of oil. We can't even get pants. We can't get battery. We can't get nothing without it. So just keep that in mind, all you people who are on a cell phone. Oh, I got to have my phone. Got to have my computer. Got to have heat in the house. Guess what? Think about that. It's going to be cold winters. Now, if we had enough brains, open up all the oil like Donald Trump did, and I'm not saying he was right or wrong, but let's get all the oil open, work on getting some clean energy, and then tell the rest of the world to go screw themselves. Okay, I am back. And by the way, before I get any further, hey, Jose, remember we talked about the bowling alley had a little bit of cut, just really screwed you up. A lot of blood. I had to change shirts. So anyway, I was talking about China, and I just don't know, folks. If Biden isn't prepared to defend our homeland, he sure the hell isn't going to be prepared to do Taiwan. So with that in mind, as much as I hate to say this, I wrote this little ditty. I'm not going to sing it, but I am going to say it. You can use your imagination, like up, up and away, my beautiful. Hey, up and away, my beautiful balloon. We are flying high off to the moon. We head to Alaska, but we don't care. Not a single plane is in the air. Joe Biden, money is on the way. Tell Hunter to expect it any day. Alaska looks nice and my camera works well. I got the shots of the mountains and the faces as well. I knew the military wasn't around. I flew to Canada and left real fast. The Canadian Prime Minister is an ass. We reached North Dakota and the ground was clear. So were the silos far and near. I flew around and I knew I wouldn't hit the ground. Joe Biden, we know you don't care. The Chinese are everywhere. We go to page 2, yeah. I can't do that one finger. I reached South Carolina and I saw the sea. I knew it was the end of me. Thank you, Joe Biden, for being so slow. So tell Hunter the check's in the mail so he knows. All right. Thank you. I'll take an applaud on that. I hate being cut. Pretty nice and band-aids don't work. So anyway, all right, Super Bowl's coming up this Sunday. I am picking San Francisco to win. Because the Eagles, they always get shot down anyway. I do think the Eagles will lose. They have a good defense. I'm not too sure about the offense. And if McMahon is doing well, they should win by 3 points at least. So the score is going to be 27-24. And that's the way I believe it to happen. In favor of Kansas City. Yeah. Did I say San Francisco? Kansas City, I'm sorry. Anyway, what else is new and exciting? Oh, it's going to be 86 degrees here tomorrow. I still have not heard back from Disney. I don't know if I told you this last week. I don't know if I did, but I sent a letter to Bob Iger explaining the situation. Man's probably too busy to check his emails, or at least mine. I'm going to give him till Monday, and then I'm going to send out another email. All I want is a little respect and answer it. Yes, no, who cares? He can do something. I know he can. I received my Disney cards, even though I got a call Sunday. I got to tell you, I got a call Sunday. And they said, you have missed all your trainings this week. I said, what? I said, I told you, I'm not accepting that offer. I'm not doing it unless I go to Pizza Rizzo. Okay, what do I get? I get in the mail my little passes to go to Disney, cast member passes. And today I get my thing about insurance. Okay, Disney, way to go. Disney wants to pay the cast members $1 an hour over the next few years. Retroactive since October 1st. The union wants $3 an hour to start, bring it up to 18, and then keep on going up. Who's going to win? I don't know. They're probably going to settle at probably about 16.5 if they do it. It's very difficult housing in Orlando. I understand $1,800 a month to rent. That's insane, my friends. Insane. Here, the housing market is tight. Houses just keep going up, but sooner or later what goes up must come down. We had thought about selling, but A, we wouldn't know where to move, and B, it's just too expensive. So I will die here. I will go out in a body bag. Our letter's having a bathroom redone today. I am getting a new fence in the back because of a hurricane. The neighbor's fence is a piece of crap, and they won't pay for it, so I'm just going to pay for a fence and put it up. And what else is going on in this road? Oh, the sun come out today. Now it's time to play. All right, that's about it, really. I don't have too much. I did talk to a guy today who's a salesperson, and hopefully he has his friends. I gave him some business cards. My shrink, bless his soul, suggested when I go to VA next time, hand out some business cards, and hopefully I get some people to come on and tell a story. They don't have to tell me about their war stories. I won't tell you about mine. But I want to know about their life, how it was after the service, things like that, or what got them into the service, the draft, all kinds of good stuff, and how VA sucks. We could do that. Also, when I got a call Friday, VA calls you to remind you of your appointments. They said you have 2 scheduled appointments. I'm like, what? The first one was at 8:30 in Lakeland. I knew I had that one, so I accepted it. The second one was 8:31 for Tampa. I'm like, wait a minute. I can't be in 2 places at once, a 45-minute drive at least. So I canceled that one. Apparently, that was just for the doctor. So the doctor didn't know he had an appointment this morning until I got there. Anyway, I do want to wish you all a nice time. I hope you at the Super Bowl you have a safe time. I'm taking my friend Chucky out to eat. We're going to take him over to Manning's, get some prime rib, and see how's that going. I was invited to a Super Bowl party, but thank you, Jose. But my wife has to work at night, so we'll be going to bed early, as usual. So have a good one. Oh, maybe I'll stop, baby. No, I don't think there's plenty of blood. Anyway, have a good day, and I will talk to you next week. And again, if you are not laughing, you are not living. And please, if you know anybody who has a story to tell, you can get hold of me on my website, www.truthchat.fun. You can leave your comments, your suggestions, and if you want to order something from blood there. If you want to order something from Amazon, please go down and click the thing below, and I get a quarter or 50 cents. I know it says if you're on government stuff, but just click it, it'll take you right to Amazon, you'll be fine. Okay, everybody have a good time, and I will see you next week. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't usually do this, but I had finished my podcast, and today is Friday night, and on 7:10 p.m. on the 10th. Couple things have happened that I mentioned in the podcast that I need you updated on. One, I said the unemployment would leave me alone. However, I have a hearing on May 19th, and I don't know why, so I'm trying to get hold of them. So I do have a letter saying to leave me alone. So that's the state for you. Second thing is that they shot down another balloon today, about the size of a car. All the information that's all I got. They shot it down over Alaska. And the reason I think they did that was because of all the uproar over the first one. They let go through the country, which, by the way, was able to transmit all this information. And third of all, as far as Disney, I told you I was going to send Bob Iger an email. I did that. I waited 4 days till Thursday. I'm very impatient. And I sent one to Global Human Resources again with the one I sent to Bob Iger. And I received a reply back to send it to onboarding. So hopefully by next Wednesday, I should know what's happening. So anyway, with that in mind, again, enjoy the Super Bowl and have a great night. I'm sorry for the intrusion, but please remember, if you're not laughing, you're not living. Sometimes laughing's the only thing you got.
You figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. I just wanna be there when you're lonely and you scared, finding yourself in a place that is nowhere, and everything piling up ready to hit the fan, and the outcome's about to be real bad. Look, I know how it feels. I got a lot of questions, and to a lot of them I still haven't found the answers. They say read between the lines, I even read it backwards. Then you're still confused and emotions are massive. But you figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. It ain't never gon' stop. This is how the journey goes. It's just gon' be another survival kit. I got some knowledge, I'm just giving you a bit. Something you can listen to even if you're lit. A message in the bottle, well, you this figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You figure it out as you go. There gon' be a lot of ups and downs on the road. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes. You gon' have to swerve to avoid all the holes.